I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira, mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long, pop the clutch, I don't pump the brakes. I know what it takes to gain the muscle, get rugged. These butterfingers be fumbling, squash the scrimmage and rub it in Robitussin. How I give them concussion, they seeing double, they rushing and pass the shovel, the dirt and rubble, I bury them under it. Stay in your huddle and get 10 yards back, never turn your back. I'ma pull your flag, I go full contact, out punch, out kick like a shotgun blast on 1 out snap. It's a fact that I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, calling audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the...
What's good, Coach Nation? Welcome back to a new episode of Horseshoe Mob Podcast. And I got my guy here, Harish. What is going on, my guy?
There you go. How you doing, man? Just chilling.
Yeah, I'm chilling too, man. But, we got some business to do tonight to cover this game, disappointing game on Sunday. But before I get started, I want to go ahead and introduce the special guest for the night. His name is Mike Patton. Most of you know him from Touring with the South, Touring with the AFC South. He's a host and producer of that show. He also covers. He's a contributor writer to the Sports New, Talking AFC South Football, creator of Sports History, and a Black is the NBA NABJ's Black News and View website. So y'all guys check that out. Like I said, you guys seen him on here before. You see him everywhere, from covering the Titans game, covering other games as well, and also, like I said, touring the AFC South, covering the other teams. But we don't care about those teams. We care about the coast tonight. So no other. Mike Patton. Let's go ahead. What's going on, my guy?
Oh, nothing much, man. Thank you for having me on this show, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a while. It seems like it's been 10 decades since the last, 10 years since the last time we had you on the show. But it's good to have you back 10 years later.
Oh man, yeah, good one.
the last time you was on the show, the coach was even in the playoff thought. So it's good to have you back when we were in the playoff hunt, controlling our own destiny. So it's good to have you on the show to give us your insight of what you see, not only from the other teams but also the Colts. So we can go ahead and get started. But before we get started, let's go ahead and talk about the Fan Battle Sport. That's what made this all happen. You can now catch us on Substack, and you can subscribe to the network where you can catch all our past episodes, the articles that's written on there, and also the merchandise that we're going to be publishing here soon. So check that out at fanbattlesports.com. But the man of the hour is Mr. Mike Patton. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know, if they don't know you, what you've been doing and the things that you've been working on as a writer and producer and host, all of the above.
Well, let's see. Let me start off with saying, man, thank you again for allowing me to come on the show. As far as the things I've been doing, I've been, basically created my own niche, basically in covering the AFC South. I saw no one out there covering it, so I was like, well, let me go ahead and handle that for everybody. So started this roughly about 4.5 years ago, almost 5 years now at this point. About 67 episodes through. Definitely cover the AFC South. Also, I get to write on the AFC South with the sporting news, which, definitely offers me an opportunity to put some of those thoughts into words, and some of the just, all the things I can't talk about, maybe, extensively, I get to talk about in words for people to read. And of course, also, the Black News Reviews website, which actually I did that. I've done that for like 3 years as well now too. So I've been very, very busy, as they say. And I do have two other podcasts too outside of the Touring the AFC South podcast. Now, I will say they haven't gone as long as the original podcast, but they're present too. And man, they keep me busy.
I can tell you what, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. I just want to, take a great job for doing all the things you're doing. I see your work from far. I think you cover, you said TSU, football and basketball, right?
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Thank you.
But yeah, you cover both of those, football and basketball. And then you cover in State Town, the Titans. I see you do that, and you do the live commentating during those. And right, TSU, right? TSU and football, the basketball and
Mhm.
football, of course. Basketball really haven't gotten going yet as much. But yeah, I definitely want to appreciate you for doing that, man. So, like you said, somebody got to do it. And you've been covering all the teams. I see you do articles, you post about all the teams. Uh, some may not like it, but that's fine. You're doing a great job from my standpoint, from me viewing it or seeing it from afar. So, yeah, I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
But anything you want to add, Harish?
No. Glad to have you back on the show, Mike. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
We got some NFL news to cover before we get into this episode. In the news that I've seen, there could be some more that you guys saw, but I saw Terry Arnold. He was going to be out for the year uh, for the Lions. They're one of their top corners they have. He'd be out. It's going to be interesting to see who they have to replace him. I hope that's not the guy that we're going to talk about on the show. Don't say anything, Mike. Don't say anything.
I'll say. Never mind. I won't say anything.
Don't say anything, Mike. Um, and if you saw the game on Monday, you saw this kicker who's been released from the Falcons, Young Hoku. I don't know.
He wasn't cool.
He wasn't
Wasn't
cool.
cool.
He stubbed his toe, so he didn't get the extra point. It was a failed attempt and probably gonna get cut. The guy, I don't know if it's fair, unfair. I don't know what it is, but the guy's just been, he's suffering from a lot of bad luck. And these last 3 weeks, a couple of years as well. Colts work out some kickers, and then later cut a kicker that we had that missed the extra point on Sunday, Michael Badgley. And we signed a kicker, but we get into the episode on that as well. A former Colt, Eddie Mitchell, had a big game with the Jets. Harish, I know you loving this. Guy had 8 catches. Jimmy, 8 catches, 108 yards. 102 yards in a tutty. And he was excited for that touchdown. And he had his own little celebration. So former Colt did good. I don't want to say what the former Titan did. He had a great catch in Washington, but it's still
One hand on him.
one hand. That was crazy. That was wild. That was wild. He's good for that though. He's good for that.
They got him off the cheeseburger. All of a sudden, look what happened.
The craziest thing about him is, he made a great catch the time he fractured his he broke his collarbone. He actually made a great catch when he broke his collarbone that time.
Yeah.
They didn't have any pads on at that time, and I don't think they were supposed to really be diving like that. But yeah, he did.
Just a bunch of bad luck that he's been having, and it's good to see him, a young kid, play the way he did, playing the way he is. This is dear to me. This is dear to me because I'm a Colts fan, and it's a Louisiana thing for me as well. But former running back, he's a Hall of Famer. Marshall Faulk accepted a job at my alma mater, Southern University. I'm excited that I saw that. I'm excited that he accepted the job, and I'll be supporting him as much as I can. So Marshall Faulk accepts a job at a HBCU team down here in Louisiana. So I'm excited for him to see what he have going for the future. It's not really news, but Mike Vrabel has the Patriots #1 seed in the AFC. They have won with 10 in a row. I don't know about we say competition probably weak, but they've been winning. You can't stop them. They're not just world beater, but they just playing who on their schedule, and they're tapping them.
You play to win the game.
You got to win the game. You play on the schedule, you got to win the game. Jackson Dart continued to take unnecessary hits, and he was like, "Hey, we don't play soccer, we play football, and hey, we're paid to play. We're paid to take those type of hits." But I don't think that he should, as a quarterback who's just coming off a concussion. Well, I think he had 3 on the season.
I lost count.
Something like that.
3 on the season. Just came back from one, having one, and
it's 3 that we know of.
It's 3 that we know of. At least Brian Dable know one of them. he went into the tent. So, I don't know. As a quarterback, young kid, he gonna have to protect himself from those big hits. He got lit up. He got lit.
Can I ask a question on that?
Go ahead.
I wonder what the New England Patriots were playing in the locker room. I wonder were they going back to, the head buster song. We some head busters. We some head busters. But they play that before the game because they literally looked like they were looking him up every time he ran the ball. Man.
See, between him and Cam Scatterbull, there are some they I don't know what it is those two guys. What did you say, Reese?
I said they take some hits, man. They crazy.
Yeah, man, they take.
They are crazy.
I was gonna say something else about both of them, but it looked like they might got dropped off in the wrong neighborhood a couple of times and figured out how to survive. We're just gonna say that out.
Yeah, definitely. Another news, and it's gonna be our eyes gonna be on this game. Shadur Sanders is going to continue to start at least for Week 14, and he'll be facing their first overall draft pick, Cam Ward, on Sunday. So everybody will be watching that game, see how both of those quarterbacks fare against each other. I'm just looking for improvements. I'm afraid for Cam Ward because he's going to have nightmares seeing Myles Garrett. I don't think anybody on that line can stop that guy.
Look, I'm afraid for Shadur Sanders because Jeffrey Simmons to be looking at too.
Jeffrey Simmons back, and he also got to deal with Tavondre Sweat too. Yeah, he's gonna have a good old time. It's gonna be the battle of the quarterbacks that can't throw the ball ever. They just run around with it forever. It's gonna be exciting.
I'll say this. I think the Titans. Well, I'm gonna talk about it later this week, but I got special guests coming on. But I think we'll get to see some good things from Cam Ward. The last game wasn't a good game, but the game before that against the Seahawks was probably his best game one of his best games of the season. So, I think honestly they're not as far away as what people would think they are.
What'd she say?
But
I'm watching a Colts fan, a Longhorn fan, and an old stoner.
Oh, they talking about me? I hate to say it, but I don't even smoke.
That's the first. This is the first I heard this before.
That's wild. Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I don't even smoke, man.
And I just got off the Longhorns live stream. So
you have one today?
Yeah, we did. Well, we did one for the college football playoff reveal.
Oh, okay.
Reveal, but like the final standings before the conference championships.
I got you.
So,
I'll never forget what I saw what Simmons did against CJ Stroud earlier this year. I know they lost 26-0, but Simmons in that backfield was like, as soon as he said Hut, he was already sacked CJ. I was like, that's a nightmare matchup right there. So yeah,
that was before he tweaked the hamstring, and he was not very happy about it. I remember seeing that expression on the sideline when it actually happened. Because I know the national TV people cannot see it, but we could see it sitting in the booth, and I'm looking like, okay, yeah, something's going on here, and he was mad, and you knew he was mad by the expressions because he tried to go and then he went to the blue tent and. Yeah, he put that heat pad on there. I was like, yeah, it's over for that.
It's over. Dang. That'll be an interesting matchup for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, getting into the episode, we kick it off with Sauce Gardner suffered a calf injury. It was reports that maybe he had torn his Achilles. but he dodged a bullet with the calf, and he'll be out a couple weeks. Since I was your friend of the show, I'll let you kick it off, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about this and his impact with him being out for a couple weeks after the
Well,
Colts
they
used? Huh?
well they go back to the originally what they were before the season without having Sauce Gardner. They have a Kenny Moore in the slot, and they have a Mooney Ward on the outside. And they figure out whoever else is going to be at the other corner. And that adventure on that side and the other side a little bit more stable. So, and in the slot you got Kenny Moore, which is just like the guy he had just like Mike Hilton in
Yep.
the in Cincinnati. He uses him the same way.
We're gonna miss
So
that.
it just to me it's a blow, and you really need as many hands on deck as possible because the Colts are going against a lot of pretty talented teams down the stretch. They do have to face the Texans again. They have to face the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, they've got some teams that they would really need him for. Well, I will say, you need at least one good corner. You need a couple good corners against Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, I've seen that one live and in person, and the way they scheme up things. I mean, I think Cam Bynum might see Jackson Smith and Jigba at least a couple times in that game, in a one-on-one matchup, by the way. But yeah, I definitely they need Sauce Gardner, and thank God for Colts fans and for the Colts organization that he is not out for the season.
Oh, man.
But they need him to make that defense as competitive as possible. If he just, but I will say this about Sauce Gardner. I'm sorry. The thing about him is he guesses a lot, and it's good at times, and other times I'm like, okay, you just blew the whole play up, and they're wide open. He just has to find the balance between that and using the abilities that he has, and going with technique, because I think a lot of times he misses technique because he goes all into what his abilities allow him to do, being a big corner. I'm hoping for just I love watching quarterback play. I played quarterback and safety in college, and I just wish he would go back to the technique wise a little bit more. I think he could still do all those things and still do them with using better technique, because his technique makes me lose my mind sometimes.
And I saw that the week his first game, and I saw that also in the Chiefs game. And I think it's him being a young corner. I think he'll eventually get out of those habits and play. Play what makes him comfortable. Like I said, being that he's with 6'2", 6'3" corner, a man corner at that. So he definitely have to do that, especially when he faced faster receivers as he did against the Chiefs. He that was looking pretty bad. Drake London's a big receiver. That's pretty much his height, but Drake dropped him to the ground. Made a meme out of him. So, Harish, how you feeling about that? This injury?
Yeah, I mean, kind of the same. I'm just glad it's not Achilles or something, right? Because it looked really bad when it first happened. It looked like an Achilles when it first happened, right? So thankfully it's not an Achilles, because the timing of that would have been really horrible, right? You're only 2 weeks removed from the trade. You've already given up 2 first-round picks. Now you're probably number one shutdown corner was like tears his Achilles. That would have been terrible, right? So, but also if you're not careful with calf injuries, they can turn into Achilles injuries, and so you have to be careful with these. They say 2 to 3 weeks. I say you play it by ear, right? Like if you're in this thing at the end of the year and he can go after that Seahawks game, then you get a whirl, right? If you're not in this thing, if you completely collapse, which we'll talk about here in a second, like will they or not, there's no point. There's no point. Like you serve no risk, no reason to risk at all if this team collapses down the stretch. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm just glad it's not a long-term thing. It is a week-to-week thing. Definitely good news from the injury front.
Yeah, I definitely want to check the stats of what Jackson had on Sunday, because it showed a meme where Justin Jefferson and him had like no yards, no catches, no yards. I think he ended up having a great game. 2 catches, 23 against the Vikings. Yeah, we definitely got to mirror that type of performance for him since he's leading the league in receiving yards right now. He's on a tear. Yeah, I agree with you guys. You know, it's a big loss, but we go back to where we were trade deadline. Now we just have Jalen Jones take that position at CB2, who's been pretty good, 7th-round pick. He knows he's been in the scheme before. He's been in and out of the scheme, but we'll see what he does moving forward. We do have a good game, a tough game coming up Sunday. He'll be facing. Is it Parker? He'll be facing.
Now he'll be facing if
Thomas.
Brian Thomas Jr. I'm not sure if Parker Washington. I'm not sure what's going on there. I know he left the game with a hip injury. He literally was fielding a punt, and he literally you just see because he got hurt previously, and they helped him off the field, but he came out there to field the punt, and he literally came out there to field the punt, and you see him looking up at it, and he just crumbled to the ground.
Oh man,
with his hip injury, and I was like, "What just happened here?" And yeah,
we got something to watch. I think tomorrow they'll still do the injury report, so it'll be publishing those. So we'll see the end up on the
Walker
report.
Little was also in concussion protocol by the way for
the
Jaguars. No, tackle.
The tackle, yeah, the tackle. Oh,
Walker Little.
That sucks. That's good for Indy from an injury perspective. That sucks for him. Let's. I mean, hey, I'm just playing the matchup, right? Like that's like Walker Little not being in, your left tackle out potentially, right? And a game that you need to have. Yeah, I'm taking it, man.
I think Jalen will have to have Jacoby Myers because it's the other receiver they have. If Parker can't go, it'll be Jacoby Myers.
Well, it's going to be Jacoby and Brian Thomas Jr. regardless. Yeah. But Parker Washington is the guy that makes explosion plays for them.
Yeah, he's been. I don't want to compare him to Agnew because Agnew is more of just special teams guy, but Agnew take it to the house when he has a hand in the ball. Sort of like Patterson, Cordell Patterson, Swiss Army knife guy. Yeah, look at Parker Washington the same way. That guy can do it. And I'm afraid with DK and the Titans. If he get that, he's getting the offense a lot more. He'd be the same way. So he's
actually. He's out there. He starts now, pretty much.
Oh man,
DK does. DK actually starts pretty much now at this point
for the Titans.
Because you've got Calvin Ridley out. You've got basically you've got Chim that starts. You got Ellick that starts. You have Gunnar Helm that rotates in a lot more with Chig Okonkwo. And then you have Van Jefferson. So literally, those are the 3 wide receivers, and then at the end of the game, Xavier Restrepo, I can't remember what the extent was. I think he rolled his ankle. He wasn't walking around in a boot or anything. So I don't think it was super, super serious, but that's something to monitor this week.
Well, I'm curious on your Gunnar Helm takes, obviously being a Texas fan. What I see
I'll get some stats for you.
He needs to be their starter.
I would say this: those two tight ends complement each other because Gunnar Helm, God love him, he is a big guy that cannot block. So So Chig, on the other hand, is a guy that can block and he can also has more speed than Gunnar. So to me, they complement each other pretty well. And to me, me as watching the Titans, they play better when they have both of them on the field than when they don't have both of them on the field.
14 personnel, yeah.
So to me, that's just my thought. But, of course, you do have to have Chim DK on the field, and you do also have to have Alec Iomatter, who's, has had a hamstring issue. So I think his first game was this week. So, but I'll give you a stat there that with Gunnar Helm, actually, he has 30 – I think it's 30 catches, right?
Yep.
They're on 37 targets.
Yeah, that's
insane. He catches everything, every single thing. That man has some huge hands.
Yeah. And he's also got a really good catch radius, obviously, right? Because of his size.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
he ain't got no moves, though. He ain't got no moves, though. He ain't going to shake nobody.
But
now,
you put the in front of him,
try.
He got some strides.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he definitely can when he's gonna catch the ball. He's just not gonna make anybody miss. That's not what Gunnar Helm is. Gunnar Helm's gonna go catch it. He's just not going to make anybody miss. Now Chig could potentially make people miss, but Chig, I'm I'm watching his routes. He runs pretty good routes. He catches the ball, but then he tries to do the move that the kid does when he's like 6 or 7. He tries to shake you and then do the little spin around.
I
I'm
don't
like,
like
man,
that.
if he would just cut and just go
Yeah,
here, he would have beat that guy already. But since you're trying to shake him, you're it's almost like you try to beat him twice,
trying to
and
do the
he's
same
right
work.
there. So
that's why I don't like any running back that does that in the backfield. When we had Marlon Mack, I was like, stop dancing in the back.
Dancing, man, just hit the hole.
Yeah,
But
that.
but
Oh
but
my
I will
god.
say though, Chig did get the Arizona defenders though. I gotta give him credit on that one. He caught that one. He faked inside and went outside, and both the Arizona defensive backs were just catching air, and I was like, wow,
That he did make
Chig
him.
got somebody. Chig got somebody today.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that unfolds with you guys. Well, no, you guys, they have a lot of cap, new GM.
Mm.
Going to be new head coach.
That's funny, man. You said they had a lot of cap, man. That's funny. But
Oh, one thing I think they have the most cap space next year, right?
They may. Actually, it depends on a couple things too. They're gonna have over, I believe, $100 million in cap space. However, they may have more. As if they get rid of Calvin Ridley and they get rid of L'Jarius Sneed.
Which they
Those,
should.
if they do a post June 1st cut, I believe on Calvin Ridley, they end up saving about another $8 million. And let's see, with Sneed, I haven't really gotten to the numbers on that one, but I believe his contract had a 2-year out that could kind of save them some money too. So both of those contracts actually had, I believe, 2-year outs that Rand built into those contracts. So
Yeah.
that could
Hey.
potentially happen there. Now I will say they still will not save as much money as that contract was, but they still will save some money as opposed to still having them there. But I will say the one thing about Calvin Ridley that kind of gives me a little pause as to think if he's going to not be here or not is because Cam Ward, that's his and Cam Ward likes him. He actually genuinely likes Calvin Ridley. So that's the only thing that gives me pause to say he's not going to be here next year.
That relationship, yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that works. I mean, because he's building a rapport with Alec as well too.
His rapport with Alec's been kind of off the last couple of games with me. The rapport with Chim is actually soared. Chim and Gunner, that one is soared. With Alec, it's kind of you can't. The thing that I've watched him and I've kind of kept up with it, you don't see Chim, DK, and Alec Manor hitting at the same time. It's one or the other instead of both of them hitting in the same game. Like, to give you an example, one game it was Chim in the first half, and then the second half it was Alec. They couldn't be like both of them kind of yin and yang. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we've been there before. I'm happy to see it. Things come together with us with Tyler Warren, which that was a great pick. Then you got Alec Pierce doing his thing.
He actually showing he can run the route tree this year.
Yeah,
because before then you didn't know.
He shout out to Reggie Wayne, and I would say in Eddie Mitchell, so to speak, drafting Eddie Mitchell forced Alec Pierce to become this guy. So shout out to Eddie Mitchell too, because Eddie Mitchell's had that battle for that spot, and Alec Pierce won it.
Middle Tennessee. I'll give Middle Tennessee a shout out. He actually played a year or two of high school football. I'm sorry, maybe 5 minutes from where I live. So he's not from this area. He's from Texas, but he actually played some high school football in the Antioch, Nashville, Tennessee area.
Oh yeah, that's good then to see him, being from that, locally, and to go to Georgia and then transfer to Texas and then make it to the pro. Just unfortunate that he didn't work out Indy with their stacked receiver core. But you get to see how he looked in New York, being, essentially wide receiver one because they have nobody left now. Everybody's gone or hurt. So to
Yeah,
see him,
Garrett Wilson is out. Yeah,
is he? How long he's out? I don't know how long is he out for the
I
year?
don't know, but if I'm him, I'm like, hey man, let me go ahead and mend. And I'll see y'all next season.
Yeah.
If I'm him,
Well, that's no point.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're
Let me
playing for
sit out.
nothing.
Teresa, Austin can't go tonight. He's dealing with some illness. Him and his wife. So we decided to go ahead and let him stay off air tonight so he can get well. That's the most important is the health. So he had to take a day off and take care of that. But the next part episode, Mike was somewhat excited for this one. Should Indy sign Darius Slay Jr.? He was recently cut from the Steelers. They said the reason they cut him because they want to see what Asante Samuel Jr. looked like from the practice squad. So they're going to give him a chance to see what he can do. So they released the veteran cornerback, and now he's a free agent. So I'm asking Colts fans with a hole at CB2, should Indy sign him for just until Sauce Gardner come back. How you feel about that, Harish? Should we sign? What you think about this sign? He's a man corner, a veteran. He's seen a lot of football in his days from Philly, Detroit Lions, Steelers, and now he's on the market again.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like at this point, it's just like you've got what you got. You are who you are. And like if this was earlier in the season, I'd say take a swing at it. Without knowing like the true outlook of this team, like I don't know at this point. Are they going to collapse? Are they going to not collapse? Like they didn't look very good as a defense. They looked okay as a defense on Sunday. I don't think this defense is bad. I just think this defense is situationally bad. And the thing you have to look at here is getting a guy like Darius Slay, like he's a known name. Is he going to make you situationally better? I don't know. Unless these corners are magically going to stop playing 10 yards off the line of scrimmage on third and 5. Like I don't think that's going to change anything. So yeah, I mean I'm indifferent if they get him. Like whatever, he's good for 2, 3, 4 more games if you go on a run, but. To me, I don't think it's worth the shot.
I think we should just go with Jalen and Kenny and Ward. Okay.
Play with guys that know the system, and Darius Slay doesn't know the system. It's not like when we brought in the linebacker, right? He played in the interim.
Pratt, yeah.
When you brought in Pratt, like Jermaine Pratt played in the system, right? That was different. He was coming in to fill not only just to fill a spot, he came in because he had trust in the system because he knows the system. With a guy like Darius Slay this late in the season, you're already trying to adjust. Like when Sauce comes back, he's still kind of learning the system, right? You already have guys in the system that are still learning the system. If whatever that means, you're taking away those reps from those guys to bring in a guy that's still learning the playbook, plus now needs new reps. And then what do you do with them when Sauce comes back? It just doesn't make sense this late in the season.
So what you're saying is,
but we like the group we have.
No, what I'm saying is it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
I got you. And I know Mike feels he's indifferent as well. So go ahead and speak on him, Mike.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Don't do it, Sean.
Don't do it. And why should
young guys?
Those young guys.
Yeah, Darius Slay is not the same Darius Slay that you saw back in Detroit and, with his time in Philly at the beginning stages. He's lost a little bit of a step or two. He may be a man corner, but, it matters whose man he is guarding. So, that goes into a lot more of the factor now with him at this point. He has to use his veteran wiles out there on the field, which, is kind of slang for saying he ain't got the special sauce anymore.
So no big Slay no more. No big Slay. He lives Slay?
Nah, he don't cover the world no more. He cover lakes and rivers. There you go.
Well, there you have it. No, you should not sign Darius Slay Jr. Let him go to Lions, who has an open spot at corner, so he can go back to a team.
Oh no! I don't think he can go back there.
You don't think so?
Remember he came from there. They'd have to be a lot of. They probably have to have a nice closed door meeting and have a nice talk about that one. Because remember, it was a contract dispute, is why he
He was
left
upset.
there.
Yeah.
So if he ended up going back there, man, that'd be a lot of you know how back in the day people used to beg when they sing.
Yeah.
That's how it would have to be when
He
Darius
sweat.
Slay, baby, baby, please, baby, 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 please. That's what they'd have to be like, basically, when it came to Darius Slay.
I
Yeah, that
got you.
would be weird. I just think the situation would be strange.
Very.
Yeah, I don't know where he can go because I think he wants to. I don't know if he would take.
Where it's Buffalo,
He
like
can go home. He can go home if he wants to. He already got paid for most of the season.
Where's home at?
he could just his
Like
house.
with his wife and kids. He can go home.
He could just
There's
give it
no
up
saying.
this year,
I
right?
thought you were saying like go back home to his hometown team. But I don't.
Nah, man. I was cracking jokes, man. But nah, Darius Slay can still play. He just can't be a number one corner for you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything. I don't want anything that resembles what we had with Xavier Howard. It was cooked.
No, don't do that.
Before.
Yeah, then if that's the case, yeah, you take a chance on that. Don't do
No,
that with
I
Slay.
don't want to do that at all. Let's go ahead and recap this game. Colts lost again against the Texans 3 times in Indy, and then I think it's what because we lost. Was it the fourth game we lost to the Texans in the past couple of years? But we lost. Was it 20? I can't remember the score. 20-16.
20-16.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that happened in this game for the reason why the Colts did not win this game. Not all of it is due to the refs. It was execution, missed extra points, tackling, you name it. But I'll let the guys go ahead and recap the game from their perspective, starting with Mr. Mike. He's the guest, and he's been touring the AFC South, and he can tell you what he saw on Sunday while being live at the Titans game.
What I saw was a team that a lot of the playbook was out when it came to the Indianapolis Colts. Now a lot of people are talking about, hey, well, Daniel Jones can still play, with a fractured, fibula and things like that, or lower body injury, as they want to call it in Indianapolis. But
Right.
when you have a quarterback that uses his legs and his legs are part of his game and a part of the actual game plan for the game, the offense is going to look just a little bit different. And this is what the Colts are experiencing because he cannot, you can't do the design runs, you get the rollouts, all those different things are kind of curtailed because you have a quarterback that can't really use his legs as much anymore, which made your offense one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL when he was healthy. So with that being said, that offense has got at a crossroads, in my opinion. They're going to have to make some adjustments as well. Maybe use a little bit of wildcat with Jonathan Taylor to get a few things going from time to time, and just be a little bit different, be a little bit more bold, and actually live to the motto of Coach Steichen, which is the pass to score and you run to win. I need you to live by that just a little bit more, Shane Steichen, if you really want to win, especially this week versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
In Jacksonville.
Right. Yeah, because we already know how that goes. That's the house of horrors down there for Indianapolis. The Indianapolis Colts. For those who aren't aware, the Indianapolis Colts have probably lost down there. Golly, it's been going on about 15 years. Every time they go, they lose down there. Be like, what is going on? This is like Bizarro World down there.
Yep.
Yeah, and nobody knows that more than Colts fans. We don't understand that anybody else can go to Jacksonville and put belt to ass to that team, but we go there, they turn into a whole different team when we go. I don't know how much hatred they have against us.
They turn to the Little Giants, man.
Yeah,
they turn to the Little Giants of the first half of that movie.
Oh my God, I don't know. It's I don't know. It don't matter what quarterback we have. Since Peyton Manning, I think Andrew Luck probably won a couple of times there. I don't think he won at all. I don't think he won.
It's been since Andrew Luck.
He won 2014 there, I think.
Yeah.
And that's his second season. Yeah, third season in the league. And that's it. I don't know what it is. I just don't understand. We can play him in the morning time. We can play him at nighttime. They keep destroying us. It's like we're intimidated. But I'm off script. But yeah, go ahead and break down what you saw in week 13 against the Texans in this crushing loss, Harish.
Yeah, it's just Daniel. And to Mike's point, right? Like it was visibly obvious they already made an adjustment to the way Daniel Jones plays. Look at how he played in that game. He barely moved out of the pocket. And you know what? The one or two times he tried to move out of the pocket, he could barely move. There was one play where he tried to squeeze in through a pocket and try to step into the pocket, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
He had to stop and throw it away.
He got sacked, I believe, right?
We got sacked once, but the pressure was at a high rate.
Yeah, he was pressured quite a bit. He couldn't roll out. Like when he did throw the ball, he was purposely sitting in the pocket, barely moving, right? But what I will say is, even then, and again, Mike, I don't know what your feelings are towards PFF or what you. I think it's the absolute most like ridiculous like rating system out there because it doesn't make sense. But because it helps my narrative today, I'm going to use it. This is the best passing performance Daniel Jones has had. The second best passing performance he's had all year as a passer, right? Which is actually surprising, but not surprising. Like look at some of the throws he makes throughout the game. You get the turnover, and then immediately the next play, the deep shot to Alec Pierce. You could argue what that is. Was that a catch? Was that not a catch? At first, I didn't even think about it. Was it a catch? Because I was like, they scored. So but then when I went and looked at it, it's like, oh, that's kind of close. But neither here nor there, right? I think the inability for Shane Steichen to establish a run game again also kind of hurts. Like you talk about, you need to do something different. Teams are starting to stack the box, and this is the time of year where you are who you are as an offense, and if you cannot find other ways to get Jonathan Taylor involved beyond just running outside zone or inside zone or whatever whatever flat halfback flat route you want to run the ball, you need to find other ways to get Jonathan Taylor involved. They tried like 3 times, right? They threw the ball in the first play of the game. It got stopped, and I don't think I ever saw them throw the ball again to Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones also has to get better. If he's going to sit and be a statue in the pocket, he's got to be better at reading through his progressions because he just doesn't do it very well. There's one play there. Daniel Jones.
Okay.
There was one play, the deep shot to Alec Pierce on the left-hand side where it was double cover that was almost intercepted. Guess who was Tyler Warren was wide open for a split second, had his man beat. Jonathan Taylor was underneath for a Texas route. You have to hit those, right? Like those, like if you're not going to be able to use your mobility, you have to maximize what you do have. And some people will say Shane Steichen made some bad play calls. I think he did. Like there are certain moments where he does make bad play calls, but a lot of his execution, the play I just talked about, that was viewed as a bad call. Like, why are you calling that play? Well, that ball wasn't supposed to be thrown that way. You have a man underneath, and you have a guy on the outside right that's wide open that beat his man one-on-one off the ball, but Daniel Jones doesn't see him. Tyler Warren had Al-Shakir beat probably like 2 yards after the route was run, and Daniel Jones doesn't see him, right? So I think it's a combination of things. The offensive line continues to be a question the last 3 weeks. I don't know. They're young. Are they tired? I don't know. Are they? Have they hit a wall? Probably.
Matt, the right guard been pretty bad. Matt has been pretty bad.
I mean, they could have hit a road, right? And it happens. These guys are starting for the first time in the NFL for a full season. They're going to have roadblocks, and what are you as the coach? What are you going to do differently to help you get past them? So I think there's a lot of things that need to be answered.
Don't run on third down.
Well, it goes back to the play calling. Don't run on
that was
right. But also don't run on 1st and 10 every time you come out there. You don't have to run it on 1st and 10. You could run a screen pass. You can run a swing route. You can run a slant route. These guys are playing man-to-man coverage. You're playing up on your receivers. You know what defeats man-to-man coverage? Run slant routes. We don't run any slant routes on this team.
And we got big receivers.
I would say this. If they're playing man-to-man coverage, though, are they hugging or are they back off of them?
They're hugging.
If they're hugging them, depending on where they lined up, if they're shade to the inside or outside, that fade or that might be the next thing. If they're outside leverage, definitely a slant at that point. Or if you got more wide receivers on the field, you could run rub routes.
Yeah,
man, slant be wide open off a rub route.
Those rub routes. They scare because these referees.
I love
Also
them things,
call
man.
the
I
smallest.
love them rub routes, man.
I
I
do.
love the rub routes.
Careful on how you run them because those are easiest to get offensive pass interference on.
But biggest thing on that is if you're a wide receiver and you're the one doing the rubbing,
Mhm.
all you got to do is act like you're trying to catch the ball. So many wide receivers try to act like they try to act like it, but they don't
Mhm.
put their hands up. They don't keep running. I'm like, dude, if you just take off running and you're running with your hands and you're looking back at the quarterback, they
Nobody.
can't call you for offensive
Yeah,
pass interference if you do that.
fair.
But if you're running and you're looking up the guy, of course
Yeah.
they're gonna call you for pass interference because it is pass interference.
Right. I actually didn't think about it that way, right? So like pretending like you're running around. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, these guys playing press, outside leverage, and it's all zero cover. It's all zero blitz, right? So it's always going to be they're coming on a zero, always one on one outside leverage. Like they should be just the Kansas City game was the exact same way. What did Dallas do the entire game on Thursday? Slant routes. They went zero blitz, outside cover, outside
I,
leverage, up close.
I would say this though. I would say this though. If you're running zero blitz, that means you have no safety over the top. Am I right?
Correct.
That means they would be inside coverage on that one. Because if you inside leverage on that one, because if they're outside leverage on that, and they're running, and you have nobody helping you, that means you have. If you want to funnel them towards the sideline as opposed to funnel them towards the middle of the field. Because if you funnel them towards the middle of the field, you might as well just strike up the band because that's going to be a touchdown because there's no help.
I need to go look at it. I just remember they were playing close up. I don't know if it was inside or outside, but they
It's
were
all
just
good.
plants in the entire field. Right?
That's
I mean, this is the other thing is they still haven't solved the zero blitz problem. That's all they're doing, Daniel Jones. They know he's immobile, and you know who started doing it? The Steelers. So obviously Shane's not going to tell us when this happened, right? They started doing this and effectively in that Steelers game because the Broncos tried to do it and they were ineffective. So it tells me this happened sometime between the Broncos and the Steelers game, whatever this lower leg injury is.
Well, I would say this: they tried to get Michael Pittman going, but way too late. That's why when they targeted him at the end of the game, it was, like you said, it was one of the ineffective passes that they had, and they targeted against one of the better cornerbacks in the league, if not the best, and we lost the game. And seeing Josh Downs have those type of drops in a crucial moment of the game, where I think 3rd and 7. He dropped that pass. I think he was looking at either touchdown, instead of just getting to the 7. All we needed was 7 yards, and he dropped the pass and led us to 4th and 7. A lot of course, you're gonna say play calling, the quarterback inability to move in the pocket. JT, I mean, you can't blame JT because he's only doing what he can do. The team's going to stack eight in the box. And he just got to run out of that 8-man coverage, 8-man box. Shane just have to do. I've been saying this for longer. Shane has to do a better job in his how to get him going in the run game. Different ways. That pass, I think it was a 30-yard pass. It's not a run, but it was pretty much a pass that got 30, 40 yards down the sideline. Get those going to open up their run because they're going to sit there. Every team now on, knowing that quarterback is a statue, is going to keep doing that and forcing the coach to adjust. And Shane cannot try to be the smartest guy on the field. You've seen that with Frank Wright, but Shane can't do that. Shane has to find ways to get everybody going to open up the run game for JT. JT had 80 yards. JT had 21 carries for 86 yards, 4 yards of carries.
It's not great, but it's not horrible.
Right. So he got going towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
So going in Jacksonville, where it's tougher, we know where we up against. We know that Jacksonville now leads the division after the loss, even though we're both 8-4, but they have the tiebreaker. And they're at home next week. So I mean, I don't want to get too far into next week, but it get tougher. I've been saying that the past couple weeks. It get tougher. I think after that we got the Seahawks. After that we have the Niners, and then we finish off with the Texans. We don't know what
On
Texans.
Sunday Night Football too, by the way, the 49ers, I believe too.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sunday night game.
It's a Monday night game.
Oh, it's a Monday night game. I'm sorry.
Monday night game.
Oh, so maybe in that game we may have Christian McCaffrey make history in that game.
I don't say that.
Oh, great.
Because I'm just saying, if he does, he actually if he gets 1,000 yards rushing and receiving this year again, because right now he's in 800 range on both of those right now. If he does that, he'll be the only person in NFL history to have two 1,000 rushing and receiving seasons in the same year.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
because remember he did that at Carolina that one year, and now it'd be the first time he did it in San Francisco, and also he's fourth in catches for 85 for the year. He's at 85 catches this year.
Wow, it's a lot.
Insane.
I'm still surprised that Chris Johnson didn't do that.
Well, Chris Johnson didn't get a lot of receptions. He ran. He got a lot. He got a lot of a lot of screen passes or something of that nature. But yeah, he never really got a lot of. It wasn't a part of the Titans' offense as much, which it probably should have been, but it just wasn't at that point in time. That just wasn't how they used running backs.
Yeah.
Teresa want to know if we are pretenders or contenders.
They're still contenders. But they're hanging on by a thread on that one right now, because this game this week is going to be big. This game this week, I think I'll say this: the Jaguars are number one in the division right now. But if you ask Jaguar fans, did they expect to hang on to be this far in the season and be the number one seed? If they're being really honest with themselves, they'd be like, nah. Compared to the how up and down they've been this year, they probably would say, nah. Didn't expect that, but I'm pleasantly surprised. So, they I say that to say, just when you think the Jacksonville Jaguars are turning the corner, that's when they fall right back down again. So it's very possible that they could not finish the season as well as they're playing now.
They definitely help us out, but we have to execute those games with two games in the NFC against Seattle and the Niners. So both tough games. They got good defenses and good head coaches that put their guys in best position to win.
You'll split one of those games. You'll split those games. That's what I think. I don't know how the split will happen, but you'll split those games.
I did say we split with the division for us. Split with Texans. We'll win one. They'll win one. So
I don't know, man. I don't know. When y'all go down to Houston, that last game, with all that's on the line and that defense, I don't know if y'all are getting one against Houston, because that defense is something serious, man. That defense, what it puts me in the mind frame that defense does? It puts me in the mind frame of the Baltimore Ravens when they went and won the Super Bowl and they had that big, bad defense. Not to say that they're great like that, but just saying that, their defense is very, very imposing and very, very good.
Yeah, and we're hoping the Titans to do us a favor with the Jags.
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville, the last game of the year, so that'll be interesting to see what all is going on that day.
Rich had to jump off. They had emergency. It's okay. Well, it's just us. We almost done anyway. So yeah, it's split with them. I guess split with Jacksonville. Us winning Sunday has to happen. It really has to happen. And like I said, hoping for Jacksonville having their own curse and their own downfall, which they always have every year. It definitely plays a part for us, but we got to control our own destiny. We can't rely on them to collapse as they did before. But right now we're collapsing, so we got to take control and win on Sunday to put ourselves back in position. Because right now I think Jacksonville is third seed, so we got to get that third seed back. Because we're not catching the one seed. Maybe we can catch the second seed because we beat Denver, but it just depends on how Denver in the season, because they got the Bills. Do they have New England?
I am not for sure, to be honest.
I know Jacksonville got to play the Broncos.
Yep.
So
yep, they do.
And then
it's
I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's not easier for us. It's not easy for Jacksonville. Like you said, I know before we got on the show, you said the Texans pretty much have an easier schedule after next week, after Sunday. So they're gonna be interesting.
Mhm.
They can't lose to the Raiders or the Cardinals. They can't. They just can't.
Or the Chargers.
Or the Chargers. Both teams that are pretty much eliminated from all of them. No,
No, the
Chargers
Chargers
still.
are still there.
Yeah, Chargers still there.
The
Raiders and
Raiders and the Cardinals, you might as well say it's hanging up for both of them.
both got eliminated. Cardinals got eliminated Sunday. So yeah, controversy calls for
Okay.
those who saw the game on Sunday. We saw before we got into the extra point. We saw the delay game that wasn't called. Clock hit zero. CJ hiked the ball, threw a pass to one of his rookie receivers. I can't remember the guy. It was Hudson. And they
Higgins.
call Higgins, and they call a defense of pass interference on Kenny Moore. After reviewing the play over and over and over, I've reviewed it even today. I don't see where the call happened because I still was looking at what about the delay of game. Even after that, they scored a touchdown, and then they missed the extra point, and they called good, which is you can't review that extra point. How are you feeling about these calls, not only for this game but across the NFL?
Honestly, I'm not feeling too bad about them. Reason why I don't feel too bad about them is this: for as many missed calls as we want to point out, some of them rightly, some of them, maybe a little bit homerific in the thoughts on them. Not say all of them are,
Right.
but you can count how many plays your own team missed. Like, I'm gonna throw an example out there. Say you missed a field goal extra point and it was good, but you missed it, or the ref said you missed it. You all of a sudden, I think people give selective amnesia when it comes to thinking of, oh, this play cost us the game. When you look at, oh, this guy dropped the pass on 3rd and 5, would have been a first down.
Right.
This running back did this, missed this block, and he didn't miss that block. We get a first down. Or this didn't happen. Oh, we might have scored. There's a lot of different things that could have happened or can happen throughout an entire game. And to me, putting it all on, oh, the referee cost us the game, that's basically having selective amnesia and forgetting that, hey, this happened too. We did this thing to ourselves. We did this thing to ourselves too. So that's part of the equation as well. To me, and I always say the teams that are the good teams, they always find a way to win despite different things that can happen to them in a game. And I think we all forget that all these games are not called perfect, nor would they ever be called perfect, nor was there anybody that's perfect on this earth except for one person that has ever walked the face of the earth. So, I think we all kind of got to remember that when we're actually checking out these games. I know the emotions are high and things like that, but hey, we all got to remember they're human beings too. They're not supposed to get everything right. Just like we aren't supposed to get everything right.
Yeah, like you said, we aren't, and even us being, you being a writer, I'm being a writer. There's things that we got to go back, or people say, hey, well, that's incorrect. You're like, okay, let me go edit it because hey, we human beings, we're gonna make mistakes. Same thing with do a podcast where your numbers aren't adding up. That's wrong. And people say in the comments, and we have to be like, okay, well, hey, I mean, that's why when I say something, I go like ballpark numbers. I'll say, hey, he has around 860. He might have 870 because I don't remember the exact numbers. So I don't want people to say, well, you missed this number. He had exactly 871. I was like, well, it's close enough. I'm close enough. So, and I've never been that person that go off like, well, the referee cheated. We would have won this game if the referees didn't do this, because I always say we shouldn't have to come down to a referee deciding whether we win or not. If you execute before that, put points on the board before that, you wouldn't need the 4 points to win a game, or 5 points to win a game. You wouldn't need that. You want a touchdown to win the game. You wouldn't need that because if you just executed, you wouldn't have 3 and outs. Your defense defended Nico Collins on or whatever route there was. It was crazy. Because he was pretty. I mean, I wouldn't say locked down. He was locked down all game, but he wasn't having Nico-like games up until that run on that last drive to give them the lead. They had other guys, impact the game, like Dalton Schultz and the rookies. So Nico just came out at the wrong time for us, but the right time for Houston. So, I mean, was I disappointed? Yeah, because I feel like that was a game that we needed, and to put ourselves in a sticky situation where we 8-4 and the Texans are 7-5, and it's like we can't lose any games. We can't, because now Texans has a tiebreaker over us, and they've won a lot of AFC games as well. So it gets tougher. It gets tougher. So I don't want to. I don't go off emotions or overreactions. I kind of just like, okay, well, hey, we should have just done more in the first 3 quarters instead of that fourth quarter where those things were decided. It wasn't decided off delay a game or defensive pass interference or no call on the face mask and stuff like that, or missed extra point, stuff like that. It shouldn't be coming down to those type of decisions, because, like you said, they're not going to be right all the time. They make mistakes all the time. You see those what that is, that 2-minute drill thing they do every week where they say, hey, we make them. That's basketball. NFL do something like that too, where they say, well, hey, we make a mistake on this call. It should have been this and it should have been that. But it never changed the outcome of the game. So I don't care. I just wanted to win. So anything else you want to add to that? That was
I don't think I will say is this. You really wouldn't like it if they had electronic referees. I'm going to tell you why you wouldn't like it. Because the games would be 5 hours long. Because technically, if you watch the game, there is a penalty on every single play. You could call holding on every single play. And I know that fans know they would not like a 5-hour game where 20 or 30 flags are thrown every single game. So that's all I got, man. I mean, I know people will still tell me, man, I'm wrong, man. These refs this and this. No. I know people will still tell me that. And that's fine. We can always agree to disagree. But to be honest, there are going to be bad calls that happen in games.
Yeah, it's always
what it is.
It's always holding. There's always illegal hands to the face, because they're always putting their hand up in their mask, face mask. So that happens all the time. I mean, we've seen late hits, roughing the passers. They don't call those consistently right all the time. We've seen quarterbacks
yeah. I was gonna say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You see quarterbacks getting hit, and they don't call roughing the passer, but then they'll call it. We saw Tom Brady get that call a lot. Tom Brady got those calls a lot. Oh my God, he got a lot. But you don't see a lot. You saw he get a lot. You saw you see Cam Newton get beat up a lot. He didn't towards in his career. You see, Jackson Dart get beat up a lot. He don't get any calls like that. Of course, he's a rookie, but nevertheless, he should get those type of calls. He can tore up. But like you said, that's a call. If you make those calls every time, who gonna win the game? The score would be pretty much high. No, it would be no defense, because you get down the field pretty easily, because it'd be a 10 yards, 15 yards done as often on both sides of the ball. So, I get it. Yeah, I get fans where they feel like, it was cheating involved in this game. And I don't want y'all to feel like it's cheating involved. Coach didn't do enough to win the game. And I'm just not being against y'all. Just seeing from my perspective, we didn't do enough to get to that point. We went 3 and out often, and the Texans got good defense. They was not going to break. They're being, but it wasn't going to break. They let JT did the things that he did, but he was pretty much contained throughout the game. And they know that Daniel Jones couldn't beat them. Was not going to beat them. And
that's 2 games in a row too. I'm a little concerned about Jonathan Taylor running the football right now.
That's more so. I think Shane is. I think the last game we lost, Shane stopped running him. I think this game, I
Mhm.
think he ran him a lot more so towards the game, and it worked. The previous game, he against the Chiefs, he stopped running him. I don't know why.
Mhm.
In this game, he was up. He was winning that game. I think he was winning 14-6 or 20-6, 20-9, and he stopped running them. And so, I mean, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why he. Sometimes these coaches, they get beside themselves. They try to be the
Try to
team that's on.
reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, you can't do that, especially against coaches like Andy Reid. Andy Reid is waiting for you to make a mistake, and he got a
Right.
quarterback that can capitalize on that. And so, man,
That's right.
you can't make those. I mean, that's the same thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't this wild quarterback. He's just waiting
Mhm.
for you to make a mistake. He got a short field, go score, win a game, and he's a hero. I'm not saying he sucked, but he wasn't throwing for 300 a game. He
Mhm.
wasn't. He was.
Right.
He was. I think he averaged probably 270, 260 a game. Uh, he wasn't this big passing quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre or Peyton Manning, the other Hall of
Mhm.
Famers. That wasn't his game. Big Ben, that wasn't his game. So I know a lot of fans are mad about that, but don't look at it as cheating. Just look at it as Coach didn't uh, execute to that point. He shouldn't need. And these games against the Texans always happen to come to the end. Last drive. Texans have won that the last 3 or 4 times where they needed a last drive to win the game, and they've done it. You just can't stop them. We should blame the defense from allowing them for getting in the end zone. So um, I know how people feel, but I'm indifferent. But
Mhm.
we're gonna move on to this part where this for you and all the fans. Is it time for the coach to press the panic button? As we already alluded to, we got Jacksonville next week, and then after that you got Seattle at home, Seattle, and then you got um, the Niners at home, and then you got to travel to Houston for the next couple
Mhm.
games. Should the coach, press the button? Is it time to, you know, panic? Do I have the panic button on here? I don't. But is it time to panic? Do you think the coach should panic, or they're in a good spot where they still control their own destiny?
Honestly, I don't think it's time to panic yet. I would say that the game on Friday, good gracious, the game on Sunday, I got my high school and my college, high school and my pro mixed up just that quickly. But anyway, if they lose this game Sunday, then there's definitely going to be a risen level of panic because looking at their schedule,
Mm.
this is probably one of the easier ones that they're going to get because you've got Seattle, you still got San Francisco, and you still also have the
Texas.
Texans at the end of the year too. So yeah, so it's gonna be a little interesting. A little interesting. And
We got Jags
you have
twice.
to face Jacksonville twice. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to face Jacksonville twice. So you need at least one of these games, and like they always say about divisional games, there is never an easy game in the division.
I should know. I should know that because
Hmm.
Saturday I watched Alabama struggle with Auburn, and that's a
Yep.
rivalry game, and they always like that in Jordan Hare. It is tough. I don't know what it is about Jordan Hare. Reminds me of Jacksonville. Anytime he played there, I feel like it always give me PTSD. I was like, man, something going to bad happen here. I want to win, but something bad might happen. Something stupid might happen, like a kick six or something stupid. And so anytime he played in
Now,
Jacksonville,
don't say that. Don't say kick six too loud in Alabama. Don't you do that.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Anytime I feel like something bad would happen in that game in the Iron Bowl, but in Jacksonville, I feel like something always bad going to happen. Coach can have a good drive, go down and score, have momentum up 7-0, and then Trevor go down and tie the game, and then we just flat out look stupid at that point. So
Mhm.
I agree with you. It shouldn't panic. Win Sunday, which is going to be tough because we haven't won there in 10 years. Win that game. Focus on Seattle next week, and then I think I don't know when we play. Is Jacksonville after that? Then the Niners.
Let's see. It's Jacksonville. I think it's Seattle and then San Francisco.
and then Jacksonville, then
Jacksonville, then the Texans closed out.
two back-to-back division games to close it out. Wow.
Yep, two back-to-back black and blue division, which to me is the black and blue division, the new black and blue division. That is the NFC West. You got two back-to-back games there. Then you have two back-to-back games against AFC South foes.
Man, I don't even. Man.
Go find. Let me give you some advice. Just go find, your quiet place, your wherever that is. Turn on you some Mary Mary, or turn on you something about the name Jesus, man. Just turn it on. It'll relax you going into this last 5 weeks of Minneapolis Colts football. Because boy, oh boy, the schedule makers did them no favors.
They did it to begin the season, but not the end.
Yeah, there you go. That point.
They did it. Had we won those games like, the Rams and win the games like, KC, it wouldn't be so bad to drop a game or so. You don't want to drop them, but yeah. But yeah, now we can go ahead and talk about this. I mean, you don't really have to do it because, if you want to. I mean, what are your predictions for this game? You don't have to have a score. You can just, if you want to add a score, you can.
I haven't really made it to predicting this game yet, but
okay.
One thing I will say is I think because the Colts have to have it, and because this has been an atypical year when it comes to NFL football, and the big dogs being the big dogs, the little dogs, going in the house.
Yeah,
I would say the Colts go to Jacksonville and they win a game in a close one, because Jacksonville, for their time with the last few years, has not really been able to handle prosperity, except for the time when Jalen Ramsey and crew went to the AFC Championship game. But other than that, they really have not been able to handle prosperity. I think this is a level of prosperity that they're not going to be able to handle well. And somehow, some way, the Colts, with one-legged Daniel Jones, figure out how to make it happen.
Man, it would be big because, like I said, Texans have the Chiefs. So they're going to be in a dogfight, and Chiefs just lost to the Cowboys. So it'll be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And matter of fact, not wrap up, we're going to go ahead and get off tonight because I know you got other stuff you got to do, and get into writing and other stuff that you do as well for us covering other teams. So go ahead and let everybody know. I got your tag on the bottom down there, but let everybody know where they can follow you at and the things that you have coming up for us, articles and other shows and other teams that you're covering.
All right. Well, of course, like was mentioned previously, of course, my handle on the artist formerly known as Twitter is Mike Patton 82, and it also is on Blue Sky as well. Same thing. Instagram, you can find me there at that's THA, not THE, _general_MP. And of course, Touring the AFC South, you can find on all listening platforms, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, you name it, we are there. We're also at the Mike Patton YouTube Network. We're on YouTube, where you can find also my other couple podcasts. You can also find me on NABJ's Black News and Views website 5 days a week. And then also, let's see, of course, the sporting news. I can't forget that. So you definitely can find me there too. So, as you can tell, I do a variety of things, a cornucopia of things. I'll throw that one out there since we near Thanksgiving. I'll throw cornucopia out there.
Oh, I forgot that, man. I forgot to hope glad that everybody have enjoyed their Thanksgiving, and we're returning back from Thanksgiving, and this is our first episode after that. So I'm glad everybody was safe and enjoyed their Thanksgiving. Did you enjoy yours?
Definitely enjoyed mine. I got a few of my favorites, and one of my favorites I did not get. I will not mention that on air because that will be spark a whole conversation, which I don't think y'all ready to hear from me. So
I think I can whisper to my lady in the room. I didn't get my banana pudding. She can't hear me. I didn't get my banana pudding. I'm looking still.
Oh, man.
But, man, it's great, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show again, and we hope to have you back in the near future. I know you got stuff going, so I know we don't want to, keep you too much long. But it'd be great to have you back so we can schedule a return either, before the season end or whatever. I know you said February, you got a lot going.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
maybe if you get available next month or this month or in next month, we can schedule that and get you back and give us your thoughts going into the new year and see how the teams fare going into this last stretch, because we got the rest of this month and then we got a couple games in January. So we definitely can schedule that if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But you guys can find me at Who Is Josh Senior on Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, however you want to call it. Who Is Josh Senior? But you're also going to find a podcast at HS Mob Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, you name it. Spotify as well. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us at HS Mob Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning into this episode. Thank Mike for being on this episode, and everybody that's been tuning in, that's been subscribing, liking, sharing, coming, engaging with us on this episode. It's a pleasure again to have Mike on here. And anything, last word you want to say to everybody?
Just thank you all for tuning in. Tune in to the podcast as well, Horseshoe Mob, and enjoy yourselves and enjoy life one day at a time with a smile on your face, and enjoy it like it's sunshine, not the rain.
Yes, that's the greatest advice you can give anybody. Thank you for that advice. Guys, have a great night. We'll see y'all next week at same time.
On one house nap, it's a fact that I'm unstoppable. Forget